Welcome to Too Fond of Books. My name is Janelle and this is Murder Mystery Monday. In these videos, I recommend one backlist mystery from my own collection, and today's recommendation is Moriarty by Anthony Horowitz. First of all, just look at this cover. Isn't this fantastic? And you should feel it, like it feels creamy. So it's just one of those books that's just a delight to hold. And I just think the cover is stunning. There's the back, and it's got the French flaps. Yeah, I just think that it's great. Okay, so this is what's the word? A pastiche? I don't know, because it's a Sherlock Holmes story, but it is not narrated by Dr. Watson. It has his own narrator. What really happened when Sherlock Holmes and his arch nemesis Professor James Moriarty met at the Reichenbach Falls. Internationally best-selling author Anthony Horowitz's nail-biting new novel plunges us back into the dark and complex world of Detective Sherlock Holmes and Professor James Moriarty, dubbed the Napoleon of crime, in the aftermath of their fateful struggle at the Reichenbach Falls. Days after Holmes and Moriarty disappear into the waterfall's churning depths, Frederick Chase, a senior investigator at New York's infamous Pinkerton Detective Agency, arrives in Switzerland. Chase brings with him a dire warning. Moriarty's death has left a convenient vacancy in London's criminal underworld. There is no shortage of candidates to take his place, including one particularly fiendish criminal mastermind. Chase is assisted by Inspector Athelney Jones, a Scotland Yard detective and devoted student of Holmes' method of deduction, whom Conan Doyle introduced in The Sign of Four. The two men join forces and fight their way through the sinuous streets of Victorian London, from the elegant squares of Mayfair to the shadowy wharfs and alleyways of the docks. In pursuit of this sinister figure, a man much feared but seldom seen, who is determined to make his stake as Moriarty's successor. Riveting and deeply atmospheric, Moriarty is the first Sherlock Holmes novel sanctioned by the author's estate since Horowitz's House of Silk. This tale of murder and menace breathes life into Holmes' fascinating world, again proving that once you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Now, Anthony Horowitz is getting a lot of attention nowadays for his magpie murders and the word is death or something like that, which are fantastic. But don't forget about his backlist. The House of Silk was a great book, and so is this one. I love the fact that it was officially sanctioned by Conan Doyle's estate. I think that that's interesting. It was published in 2014, and it's told in the first person from the perspective of Frederick Chase. All right, Chapter 1, The Reichenbach Falls. Does anyone really believe what happened at the Reichenbach Falls? A great many accounts have been written, but it seems to me that all of them have left something to be desired, which is to say, the truth. Take the Journal de Genève and Reuters, for example. I read them from start to finish, not an easy task, for they're both written in that painfully dry manner of most European publications, as if they're reporting the news because they have to, not because it's something they want you to know. And what exactly did they tell me? That Sherlock Holmes and his foremost adversary, Professor James Moriarty, of whose existence the public were only now learning, had met, and that both of them died. Well, it might as well have been an automobile accident for all the excitement that those two authorities managed to put into their prose. Even the headlines were dull. But what really puzzles me is the narrative of Dr. John Watson. He describes the entire affair in Strand magazine, starting with the knock on the door of his consulting room on the evening of April 24th, 1891, and continuing with his journey to Switzerland. I yield to no one in my admiration for the chronicle of the adventures, exploits, memoirs, casebooks, and so on of the great detective. As I sit at my Remington No. 2 improved model typewriter, an American invention, of course, and begin this great labor, I know that I am likely to fall short of the standards of accuracy and entertainment that he maintained to the end. But I have to ask myself, how could he have got it so wrong? How could he have failed to notice inconsistencies that would have struck even the most obtuse police commissioner as glaringly obvious? Robert Pinkerton used to say that a lie was like a dead coyote. The longer you leave it, the more it smells. He'd have been the first to say that everything about the Reichenbach Falls stank. So there you have it. Today's recommendation is Moriarty by Anthony Horowitz. Let me know in the comment section if you've read any of his Sherlock Holmes stories that were sanctioned by the estate of Conan Doyle. I find that very interesting. Do you enjoy stories where authors take on an old detective? You know, like Sophie Hannah has written some Hercule Poirot. Anthony Horowitz has written some Sherlock Holmes. Like, this is quite popular. Is that something you enjoy, or do you prefer to just stick with the original? Let's have a discussion about that in the comment section down below, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye.